I, Roberta McCoy, given faith and stand in unity with the vision of Perfecting Church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
What?
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
Oh, hell no. Yo, what's going on, people of the universe? How's it going? It's your host here, Bradman Reacts, and today we got a video brought to you guys by 40 Shams. You know what I'm saying? 40 Shams. Be sure to show some love to the YouTube channel, man, because this is the original creator. But today I'll be reacting to Christianity Has a Problem. Listen, man, your boy, I'm struggling a little bit. Listen, we trying to fight through it. Just got off work. But you know what I'm saying? I'm always going to grind and keep it consistent for you guys. Listen, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into it. You feel me?
I am a rich Jew backed by a richer Jew.
He
What?
made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it.
What?
You can't have that jet? I got it. Yeah. Let me make you real mad. Got two of them.
Why do you need a $54 million private jet?
We're not doing any kind of interviews right now. I'm in the book.
I just
What
like
are
to
we
know why you need
doing?
to keep your hands off me.
See that go? See on them shoes? Get a shot of this, boys. Get close. Come on, man. Look, I paid a fortune for them things. Suck in there, man. See that go?
Do you think you've used the Lord's word to profit, like grossly? Like, do you think you distorted the Lord's word to make money? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Close the doors for me for a quick moment. I want everybody to remain standing quickly. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. It costs to sit up here. Shh. Giving is worship. Giving is worship.
Now, before I get started on this video, I want to make one thing clear. This video is not an attack on Christianity itself. It's more like an investigation of what happens when accountability disappears, when spiritual leadership goes unchecked, when institutions meant to serve the needy end up exploiting them. What you saw in that first clip was a pastor shutting his church doors and not allowing his members to leave until they donated $20. Like, he physically said, you cannot get out of here until you give us $20. And I find that the fact he did this is so insane, because
Watch how fast I would have got up. Watch how fast I would have got up out that joint. I'm telling you, bro. Watch how fast I would have got up out that joint. You know what I'm saying? Who can't leave without doing? All right, 100, 20. I give you the 20 ball. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I ain't gonna, give tithes and offering. You take the 20, bro. You're gonna be happy, bro. I'm just saying.
you never know someone's financial situation. A lot of times people go to these religious, spiritual institutions because they're financially struggling. Their accounts might be overdrawn. They might not have that $20. Some of their members might have been at church that day because they wanted to pray for a blessing. So now, even though they may have came to the church looking for a blessing or financial relief, they're gonna end up leaving the church with less money than they came in with. And if they just happen to, let's say, not have that amount, now they're exposed and humiliated in front of everyone. And the fact that it's such a meager amount of $20 is kind of a double-edged sword. Because yes, it's affordable, but for the few who might not have it, it makes them look even worse.
Okay, so he was asking for $20. I thought he was asking for 100, but I was like, what? We asking for 100, bro? 100. Man, nah. Even if you ask for 20, bro, you can't demand somebody to give you $20, bro. You don't know what them folks going through for real, bro.
Because we can understand if you can't give $100, $200, $300, $400, $500. But $20? That's like lunch money. Even though this is a meager amount, if you grew up poor, there were moments where $20 was all you had to your name. There were moments when your parents didn't even have $20. I'm talking like collecting quarters, recycling bottles, just to piece together some spare change to make it through the day. And the crazy thing is, $20 wasn't all they requested from the attendees that day. They asked them for more money earlier.
Any speaker that they bring in, they ask them to take up what they would call a sacrificial offering at the end of that ministry moment. It is volunteer. You know, you're not pressured to give.
Asking your ushers to close the doors until they paid isn't pressuring? He really just sat there and told this bold-faced lie? Isn't lying a sin?
I was just doing what the presiding bishop asked me to do.
Of course, the response is to shift blame.
And because the initial ask earlier in that service was sizable, I tried to keep it as minimal as possible.
The initial ask was sizable, so you guys are asking for donations multiple times in one event. And I'm scared to even ask how much this sizable ask was.
And no one was kept in there against their will. Everybody that was there because they wanted to be there. And this is normal.
This is normal? When did religion become this transactional? Has it always been?
Nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. Cause he sound like he just trying to defend himself right now, and that's no. Hell no.
It's expensive to be a Christian? It can be easy to be a Christian in this economy. This isn't even the first occurrence of a church leader coming off as entitled, greedy, and just plain evil. There's literally whole compilations out there of this stuff.
God wanted him to have Tyler Perry's jet.
How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business.
Isn't it the business of your donors?
Listen.
Why does a religious leader own a private jet? We're talking multiple millions of dollars to own and operate one regularly.
I paid. You kind of caught me off guard here, okay?
And watch how he proceeds to stall for time, looking for ways to avoid answering her question.
Certainly. Well, if you'd like to come out here, I'd like to give you a chance to catch your breath and have a conversation. We don't want to catch you off guard.
I love Inside Edition. You got to get this now. Hey, you listen to me? My wife thinks Inside Edition is, oh yeah. Now, thank you, Lord. Help me. Let me pray this.
I mean, he is trying to do anything to slither himself out of this situation.
Well, let me just ask you a really simple question. A lot of people think it's unbecoming for a preacher to live a life of luxury and to fly around in private jets. What's your response to that?
It takes a lot of money to do what we do. We have brought over 122 million people to the Lord Jesus Christ.
Well, my question then, okay, all right, but I want to get to the demons because people are very concerned about that comment.
Give me a chance here, Inside Edition.
I can just tell from the look in his eyes, bro. Deep.
Bro will fight for his life. He will fight for his life to get away from that reporter, bro. He ain't know what to do. He was complafluted. He was confusion. He was all of that, bro. He was fighting for his life to get up out of there.
Down, he wanted to strangle that lady. Because how dare she ask him what he's doing with the money that his donors gave him? The money that's supposed to be going towards a righteous cause. But let's keep watching.
I love your eyes.
Do you ever use your private jets to go visit your vacation homes, for example?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Brief intermission. If you want to see the more fun, laid-back side of my personality, go ahead and check out my reaction channel, 40 Shams Live. Link will be in the description. Vacation homes. Homes, plural. So he has multiple vacation homes. And he's using the money from his donors. And he's kind of cutting into your pockets as well because churches are tax exempt. They have federal income tax exemption, state income tax exemption, property tax exemption. Some states have sales tax exemption. They also get personage and housing allowances, federal unemployment tax exemption, nonprofit discounts, reduced postal rates. All the money these churches are not paying has to come out of someone's pockets. And those pockets are yours and mine. But let's keep watching.
Again, getting back to the comment, you said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
Hey, yo!
Whoa, calm down there, sir. Don't hurt the lady. She's just asking a couple of questions, man. If you ask me, that's the look of someone who's mad that they just got caught red-handed.
We wrestle not with flesh and blood.
He had to turn back to the scripture because his mask almost came off.
To those critics that say that a preacher should not be living a life of luxury, what is your response to that?
They're wrong. When you go back to the Bible, it's full of wealth. And it's full of miracles and signs and wonders. And it's full of goodness.
Notice the order in which he said things. He said it's full of wealth. And oh yeah, there's also miracles, signs, and goodness, whatever. This dude really needs to invest in media training and some acting classes. Cause I mean, could you be any more obvious?
And it's full of meanness. It's just full of hell on earth. Those are the demons, not the people. I love the people.
Thank you so much for your time
What's your
today. Lisa Guerrero.
Lisa, God bless, Father bless Lisa today. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to know her and to her team. I love Inside.
I can't stand niggas like him, bro. Like, it's so cringe, bro. Like, come on, bro. At least them folks in the beginning, they was tweaking hard and they were trying to defend themselves. He just straight up embarrassed himself, bro. Like, if you donate any bread to him after this, like, you just a goofy, I swear. Like,
That edition, I love the people on it, and it thrills me to get a chance to have my face on Inside Edition.
Thank you
I
very
love
much,
you, girl.
Reverend. You have a nice day.
Yo, with how tight he was holding her hand and the fact that he got her whole name, not gonna lie, I wouldn't feel safe if I was her. With the type of money he got, he could probably get you gone in a second. But let's keep going.
I, Roberta McCoy, giving faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
what?
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000,
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
Oh, hell no. What? What the fuck? Bro, what? Man, bro. Man, cuz. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, bro. Bro, I done scraped together my bread, bro. I done gave you what I had. We talking on this, we talking on the microphone, bro. Mid service. This ain't no no private joint. You know what I'm saying? We talking about mid service, bro. And you talking about, and she just talking about, I'm gonna have to try to find the other 800. Man, I would have snapped. I would have. If you give me my shit, bruh. Man, nah, bruh.
Hey, if the church doesn't want that money, I'll take it off your hands. I don't think I've ever seen someone complain about receiving money. And just for some context, this church was asking for donations. And basically the way it's supposed to go is the people who were standing in that line were all supposed to donate 1,000 of their own money and then find someone else to also donate 1,000. That's why you heard them saying 1,000 plus 1,000. And mind you, that was the minimum of what they could donate. So some people might have donated 3, 4, 5, or even more. And look, I understand maybe the lady wasn't too clear on the instructions, but the reaction this church leader had, you would have thought that she robbed them. Hearing the crowd react like that and her having to do the walk of shame had to
Don't give a damn.
be so humiliated. And he did all this in front of what seems to be her son. I don't think people understand just how much donation money churches receive. According to this Princeton article, in 2023, Christians donated $945 billion. Billion. Not million, billion.
Damn!
And approximately 62 billion or 6.6 of all those funds were lost to fraud and embezzlement. According to this article by Christianity Today, the Center for the Study of Global Christianity projects thieves will take 170 billion in the year 2050 if current trends continue. According to Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, religious leaders are using churches to launder illicit cash across the Americas. When Eric Zuniga died in U.S. custody in April, he left a rich religious and political legacy in the Guatemalan town where he founded an evangelical church and served as mayor for over a decade. He also left behind a property empire that was most likely built with drug money. Over the years, religious institutions have been repeatedly used to launder money. And I mean, it makes sense why they're using churches to launder money, because who's really keeping track of all these church donations? Who's gonna question the institution that's supposed to be the pillar of righteousness in the community? That's why you have things like these happening. Singapore megachurch founder Kong Hee found guilty of $35 million donation fraud, or the sexual abuse scandals that often occur. In the early 1980s, Bickle, who'd go on to found International House of Prayer in Kansas City, confided in Tammy Woods, the 14-year-old who was babysitting his children, that his wife Diane would die and that we would be together, a prelude to his repeatedly sexually abusing her. The founder of the outrageously successful church certainly felt that God had his back. He had the same vision a decade later when he told his 19-year-old female intern that his wife would die and that they would get married. And you know, with all the money that these churches receive, you would think that they would at least help their community. Okay, the whole community might be a little bit much, maybe a couple families in the neighborhood. Honestly, that might be too much as well. How about 1 2-month-old baby? Meet Nikaylee. So what she did is basically make a series where she has the sound effect of a baby crying in the background, and then she calls churches and asks them for baby food. Now the series is obviously much further along now because it has part 43 out, but at some point when she was on part 30, having called 30 religious institutions, she received 24 no's and 6 yeses. Only 3 of those yeses were from churches. The other 3 were from mosques and other religious institutions. But let's watch one of these videos real quick.
So I'm calling your church to test to see if they would help feed a starving baby. And right now, per request, I'm calling Living Faith Christian Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Let's call them and see if they would help feed a starving baby.
Living Faith Christian Center.
Hi, yes. I was wanting to see if y'all could help with baby formula at all. I have a 2-month-old and she ran out last night, so I just need like a small can because she's gone all day and all night.
What about, I don't understand. You have need for what, ma'am, now?
I was wanting to see if you all could help with a small can of formula for a baby.
Small can of formula for a baby? Hold on, let me see. Sister Julia's available. Hold on a minute, okay?
Okay.
Honestly, I would have just covered it myself.
This is Julia. How can I help you?
Hi, I was wanting to see if y'all could help with a small can of baby formula. I have a 2-month-old and she's been out since last night, so she's gone all night and all day without anything to eat.
We don't have any formula around, darling. I'm sorry. None. No diapers, anything for babies. We don't have anything.
Could that be something you all could get and I could just pick it up?
No, we can't right now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That tone is so scary.
All right, thanks. Nope.
Mind you, that baby is basically dying. She literally said that the baby hasn't eaten since last night. 2-month-old babies need to eat every 2 to 3 hours. It's not an exaggeration to say that that baby is literally dying. At that point, I don't even care if the church has it or not.
I ain't even gonna cap, bro. Like, and I feel what he's saying when he brought up the statistics. Like, I can't fault him too much for that because it's like, I don't know who you are, where you coming from. Like, it wasn't a whole bunch of information that she gave. Like, she was just basically calling, asking for formula. So I can't even really like knock him too much for real. But I mean, even so, like, the whole premise of the video is kind of shocking.
I'll pay out of my own pockets. That's what any decent human being should do. It's crazy to think that a lot of times these are the same people who are super conservative and super pro-life. So what, are you only pro-life when the baby's inside the mother's stomach? Is 2 months too old to receive your love and affection? And I hate how cold the response was. It's like they just wanted her to get off the phone with them. They didn't even try to connect her with any resources in the community. Maybe help her get in contact with a food bank. All they did was basically say, oh, we can't help. Yep, have a good day. Having sort of.
And I didn't even think about that. They definitely could have gave her like a phone number or something to like a resource shelter or something like that.
Cold, heartless reaction to a dying baby who hasn't eaten since last night is insane. And out of all the churches that she called, yes, some of them tried to offer resources, but some of them also just hung up. And get this, from the churches that she called, a lot of the ones that ended up saying yes were Black African-American Baptist churches. You know, you would think that during times like this when the government is cutting SNAP benefits, families aren't receiving the financial support they once did, you would think that these churches would be stepping up for their communities. But that obviously doesn't seem to be the case. Now let's see how other faiths react when faced with the same scenario.
Somebody wanted me to call the Wan Buddhism Temple of North Carolina, and it's located in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. So let's see if they would help feed a hungry baby. Hi, yes. I was calling to see if you all could help with baby formula at all. I have a 2-month-old and she's been going without formula since last night.
Okay, so we're a Buddhist temple, so we don't have baby formula here, but there may be some community resources that do. Where do you live?
I'm like 10 minutes from you all, but I've called everywhere and they just keep telling me to call around churches and stuff like that. And I've called so many churches and nobody can help.
Have you talked to the folks at the Interfaith Council?
Yes, I have.
And they don't have anything there?
No.
Have you contacted Porch?
Yes.
They don't have anything?
No, I think it's because the SNAP benefits or something, but I don't know. Everybody's out of everything, so I'm just trying to find somebody that can help because she's just been going all night and all day, and I don't know.
You know, one thing might be to call pediatrician office because sometimes they get samples.
Yeah, I called my doctor's office and they didn't have any. They didn't even have samples. I don't know. I just need a small, and I don't know what else to do. So I'm just trying to find somebody that can get her like just a small can of formula. Like I can get to you. I'm just trying to find somebody that could help with the formula. Like I don't need money or anything. I just need like just the small can.
Like, and so my issue with this right here, bro, is like it's all disingenuous. You got a baby sound playing on the phone, and you giving this lady a hard time, bro. Like, she's like going all around the world to like help you out. You say like 10 minutes away. I don't know where this lady is based out of. I really don't. But it's just like, can you really fault the person on the other side of the phone for this, bro? Like, I don't think you can.
Well, we wouldn't have that, but you know, if I give you something, you could purchase it. You could go to a grocery store, right?
Okay, so this is actually a social experiment.
And look, whether or not they try to offer money right away doesn't matter. They still try to support her and connect her with resources. And something that's being pointed out in the comments is that Buddhist temples don't have the same structure as churches. I'm pretty sure that a church has a lot more resources than a Buddhist temple. Now let's see how a Muslim mosque reacts when faced with the same scenario.
Hey, this is the Islamic Center that was calling back in.
Islamic Center of Charlotte,
Hi, yes. I was trying to call. I have a 2-month-old baby, and I ran out of formula last night, and I was wanting to see if there's any way you all could help with a can of baby formula.
We can, ma'am. Where do you live? Do you live in Charlotte?
Yes, I'm like 10 minutes from you all.
Okay. And what kind of formula you do?
It's the Good Start.
Good Start. Yeah, that's fine, ma'am. If you come over here, we'll help you.
Okay, hold on just 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm actually doing a social experiment.
The interaction took nothing more than a couple seconds. People in the comments are saying, notice how he didn't even ask if you were Muslim. I'm converting to Islam. I might convert to Islam after this. There's a mosque in my street now. Couldn't be happier. Told my daughter if we're not home and something happens, go there first. America is so propagandized. Islam is beautiful. Charity is a pillar of Islam. They take it very seriously. None of that "are you a member" crap.
And I ain't even gonna sit here and be like, first and foremost, I ain't trying to disrespect nobody for their beliefs and stuff like that, but that's a little extreme. Like, for them to be like, yeah, I'll help you out with some baby food, just pull up, you know what I'm saying? And then everybody saying like, oh, I'm finna convert. Islam is probably an amazing religion, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Christian myself. I don't believe that all Christians are perfect. I don't believe that any individual is perfect. I just feel like there are good people out here and there are people that are willing to help others. And, you know, you should really take the time to work on yourself and live to project yourself in the image that is nearest to God. That's just how I feel about it. But I don't know, man. It's just social experiment or not. I just feel like playing with people's emotions like that is kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Because some folks really just can't help. Like, you don't know what their predicament is.
Some of the churches that she called were literally saying that they weren't able to offer help unless you were a member of their church. And shoot, I understand if it's some sort
Now that is kind of crazy though.
of super exclusive benefit. I understand if you leave it for just your members. But helping a 2-month-old starving baby, that's where you lost me. And you know what's even more insane about this whole situation is the response that she's receiving from people. The backlash.
This nut is calling churches asking for formula for her baby that she says is starving, and when the churches cannot provide her formula, she blasts them all over social media.
Testing churches is wrong. Test someone on the street. You're trying to give God's people bad reps. Maybe you should pray a little bit, but that might not be your lifestyle as you are the one who stripped on a pole. Your gay community shall help you. Why don't you ask for your own people? But then again, if they don't ask your strippers. Commas, people, commas, please use them. I think these idiots don't understand that this is an experiment and that she doesn't actually have a baby in need. The thing that sucks about this experiment going so viral is that now it won't have the same effect. A lot of churches have probably heard about this experiment by now, and they're just ready and waiting by the phone, probably practice the whole script about how they're gonna help this lady and her baby. You'd probably have to wait a couple more years and tweak up the experiment a little bit to actually get raw reactions. And you know what sucks is that some people are so filled with hate for certain religions, like Islam for example, that they believe that this whole experiment was made up as a form of propaganda to try to make Christianity look bad and make Islam look good. People are complaining that she called a bunch of churches, but she only called one mosque. But lucky for us,
My thing is though, bruh, it's like, I don't believe that she should be getting no hate. All I'm just trying to say is just like clarifying the whole thing. It's just like, it's kind of like the reverse donations type thing. Like how the lady was like, hey, I'll give you this $1,200 I got, and he was looking for $2,000. Like, but in this case, it's like, bro, you give what you can. And although, like, some people gonna help, some people aren't. And it's like, you can't knock the entire church for the decision of whoever is on the other side of that phone. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I guess that's all that I'm really getting at. Like, I don't really see it as fault on the entire church, but basically, if you just remove that individual from the church and just ask that one individual, like, that's totally different from, you know what I'm saying, placing blame on the entire institution. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's a little weird, but I definitely don't feel like she should get backlash for it, or, you know what I'm saying, like, hate. It's just, to me, it's like the donations things, but like somewhat in reverse, if that makes sense.
the internet is a very wide and vast place because someone conducted the same experiment on mosques.
I'm wondering if you guys can provide with 1 can of formula.
Sure, you can come into the Win. Are you around? Do you live close? You can stop by today. Maybe you can help you to buy it.
Let's call a mosque in Dearborn and see if they will give baby formula. I'm gonna mention that I'm not Muslim to see if it changes anything.
Salam alaikum, Islamic House of Wisdom.
Hi, I have a question.
Go ahead.
I'm short on baby formula for my baby, and I'm wondering if you guys can provide with 1 can of formula.
Sure, you can come into the Win. Are you around? Do you live close? You can stop by today. Maybe you can help you to buy it because we don't have actually formula here, but we can give you money to buy it.
Oh, and is it okay that I'm not Muslim?
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Will you be coming so I can tell the receptionist just in case I'm not here to expect you?
And I mean, some Christians are so embarrassed and having such a hard time trying to fathom that Muslims can actually be kind and generous that they're.
So it's like in that situation right there, like if she would have been like, I apologize, it's not like a whole lot that we could do, then it's like a huge like crucifix, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they really just like finna receive like a whole bunch of backlash because it's like, I apologize. And don't get me wrong, it's also a way that you say it as well. It's saying no isn't the issue. It's kind of like how you say it. So that's just kind of how I am with it, bro.
Actually spreading misinformation about Islam. They're literally making up rules that don't exist in the religion.
There's a woman on TikTok who's doing a social experiment where she is calling churches to ask about baby formula to see if any of them will actually help them out. And she called a mosque and they actually would help them out, while none of the churches. And this doesn't surprise me as a pastor, and I talk a lot about Muslim zakat. It's one of the 5 pillars of Islam, where Muslim communities and Muslims are obligated to provide charity to the community. Churches get scammed all of the time. And so if you think the response to churches saying no to helping baby formula is to tax the churches, we spend $1 trillion a year on our military.
Yeah, so that's not how zakat works at all. Zakat is a formal thing. You can't just say, oh, a mother has asked me for a bottle of baby formula, therefore I am forced by the pillar of Islam to give it to her. Like, you're talking as if mosques don't get scam calls too. Like, that's such a bonkers thing to say. But zakat is a formal thing. So on many levels, you can't just, if a mother asks you for a single bottle of baby formula and then you give her the bottle, then you're like, aha, that is my zakat. It goes towards my zakat, 2.5% after nisab for the year. That would actually fall under sadaqah, which is, by the way, identical to the Hebrew concept of tzedakah, which is righteousness or righteous obligation or righteous act, but it's usually just translated as charity. Like, you can't absolve your church from not giving baby formula to a mother because they're not forced to be kind like Muslims are. That's literally insane. They're not being kind because they're being forced to. They're being kind because Islam teaches that as a value. Churches are not charities, and that is why they should be taxed. There's no reason they should be tax exempt like a charity when they are not obligated to be charitable. They can be for profit, as many of them are. They can engage in charitable activities, but that does not preclude them to be exempt from taxation.
Yeah, so the things that pastor said were basically just cope. Literally just trying to justify some of these churches being greedy and uncharitable. But again, like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm not trying to attack anyone's faith. A lot of churches do a lot of good for people. I absolutely cannot deny that. But in a time like this, when the government is so shaky, people are losing their SNAP benefits, poor families aren't receiving the support that they used to. During this crucial time, we gotta start asking where donation money is going. Who's accountable for it? We have to make sure that the poor, the needy aren't being exploited, because leadership is stewardship, not ownership. These religious leaders should not be allowed to use their position for personal gain. And you know, the experiment we saw today of the mother with a 2-month-old baby obviously wasn't real. But God forbid, there might be mothers out there who are in very similar situations.
But man, listen, we're gonna go ahead and call it right here. Like I said, like he said, and like I'm saying right now, this is not an attack on Christianity or anybody's religion or nothing like that, man. But listen, it's a good conversation to be had. Regardless of the fact, man, please, 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 man, try your best to be the best version of yourself that you can. Like I said, try your best to live your life in the image that is closest to God or whoever you believe in, man, because at the end of the day, it's all promoting positivity. You want to take care of yourself, you want to take care of others, and you want to live life in a positive manner, no matter how you go about that, no matter if you believe in God or believe in whatever higher power that you do. But man, listen, we ain't going to get into all of that. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all have it, man. Now I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.